So again, welcome today. And today is gonna be like extremely practical session as a taste or like a demo of what the actual workshops look like, even though those workshops are full day. Now we have about an hour, but I think you will get a sense of what we do. If you haven't heard about the European Campaign Playbook, we are a community of, I always call, of doers and communication, especially professionals. And we learn by doing. We are not the best theorists or the best, let's say, experts on the field, but we also have the attitude of always learning, always experimenting and trying to do better, right? We're also pro-Europeans in the sense that when it comes to who will be the people around the table in everything we do, there are people that fundamentally believes in democracy, human rights, um, freedom, like rule of law, like the basics. It's crazy that we have to say these things these days, but the basics are no longer so basic, and so we are like proudly pro-European in that sense. A little bit about me. So I started working in investment banking in London, and I was using AI to optimize or to help banks make more money. And then in 2019, right there at this moment, I quit my job and then I started working in campaigns, helping pro-European organizations. I went also into politics. But I wasn't in the Treaty of Rome. I wasn't around the time the myth of Europe was founded. But it's true that I today, like I work on civil society with civil society. I have experience in EU affairs. I work inside the parliament, so I know a little bit how this whole thing works. And I haven't, I look the same in 2019 as I do today. So AI that is not really good at making me look younger. But yeah, that's a little bit about me. All right, that's how I want to. If you wanted to know a couple of things about me. And yeah, and this is a little bit what we are about. We are communication professionals. We want to learn. We want to grow our careers in a way that is affordable, that is tailored to what we actually do, not more comms, corporate comms, or more like generalist things. And we want to do it with other pro-Europeans. We want to know that in the room are people who we can find synergies with, right? The way we work is that the community votes more or less at the beginning of the month on the priorities, and we always give them options, but of course someone can always propose something that is particularly important for them, and then whichever topic is chosen, then we curate master classes, resources, workshops, and etc. And now the one on AI has become like a thing that we do at least once every quarter. But we have every Friday, we have lunch and learn sessions online, sometimes in Brussels. There we have networking events. It's a lot of fun, to be honest, to be part of the community. Sometimes we have very important people joining our meetings, like the president of the commission. But of course, no, she didn't come for real. It's AI. But we would have loved for her to come. I think the commission could learn a few things from us. In terms of the reason why you're here today, and it's to talk about the workshops that we are running, that we have institutionalized, so to speak, and we are constantly innovating. So those are not fixed work; these are not static at all, because now we want to take people on a journey, starting with level 1 and level 2. There will be a level 3 which will be only focused on images and videos. So I'll publish the dates later. But level 1 has been changing very quickly because we would spend a lot of time prompting, but now in level 1, we already talk about agents, which was considered advanced less than a year ago. And in the level 2, we will look for like more in-depth AI and automations and image generation. So it's like it's really fun. We have, in terms of the dates, people ask us about this. We do exactly the same training online and in Brussels, so you don't have to come to both. So for level 1, you can come to this Friday online or on the 27th in February. It's going to be the same workshop, exactly the same. The people around the table will change. And the same for level 2. We recommend that you take level 1 and then move to level 2, but you can jump into level 2 where we will do everything that you see here. We will do like media monitoring. We will try very advanced tools. It's going to be fun. Here you have more information about how it looks like. It's a full day. We start with fundamental. For level 1, we start with fundamentals. You end up building agents, pretty much in one day. So it's a very intense. It's very intense. Then you just have to throw yourself into it. And the same for level 2. And the most interesting thing is, like, for example, what we are going to do is the type of things that we do in level 1, like practically. I send you an email with some example, but practically we will build agents, for example, to help you create a better LinkedIn post, right? So you will create actually something that will look like this. We will help you create like the instructions. We will also explain the importance of the knowledge, which is, for example, the rules that make you or your organization like differently. And then you'll end up like using an agent to write better LinkedIn posts that actually sound like you. They don't sound like ChatGPT. Or for example, this one is we do for projects. And then you will be able to create an agent that is going to help you write better EU-funded projects, for example, if that's your thing. In addition to many more things, we will create images, videos, and all that. We will not use code. So there is no, like, the idea is no code, just your fingers. You just type things and then you get the output in return. All right. And we will use all the tools that you can imagine. We will use ChatGPT, Gemini. We will use Canva, CapCut. So it's you will see very simple to use but advanced tools on how to use AI. This is the result. You will see how we have gone. Yeah. And level 2, it's let's say we go a little bit harder on especially the use of AI tools. So we will show you how to put the European Commission to dance, right? Very easy. How to put them to do like street food in India, and how to make some memes, do some. I mean, we will show you how to do like proper videos, right? Videos that you can use for your communications if you feel like it, right? So we'll cover that, even though we will do a level 3 only on videos, right? Because that's it's a game changer right now. And we will use in level 2 automations with the different. So now you will see in the automations, we will use Zapier. And once that you know how to create an agent, imagine that you can create a workflow where agents pass to each other information. So imagine one agent does a research about a topic and then hand this over to a communication agent that creates a series of posts, that hands it over to an agent that is about is management. So they check like a few things and then hands it over. I would never recommend that, but you can do all the way to automate the posting. I would always say the last touch has to be by a human, because we will in the level 1 and level 2 we will talk about the limitations and the risk, to the risk that something hallucinates, but more importantly the risk to your reputation. But you can do all the level of the automation, and then you have a human in the loop at the end, who reviews everything. So level 2 is more about. Level 1 is okay. I can see the most interesting things, like for example, I can see how you start saving time. But probably you will not. You will start. You will spend the same amount of time doing things, but your quality will be better. Level 2 is now you're gonna save time. Like this is level 2 is where you will save a lot of time. For example, everything that you've interacted with me in the course of this workshop, it hasn't been me. It's been a workflow that I automated to make sure that you got the links, that you got the reminders, that so it was me preparing all those agents and those automations. But for example, last week we had a workshop in Brussels with 120 people who registered. Only 20 people could participate. So imagine, all the work of waiting list, sending him, all that, it's fully automated on my end now. So I will show you how to do that in level 2. In terms of the price, so you have always 3 options to take part in. If you're a student, if you're a young professional under 30 years old, or if you are like me, you're already old enough, you have different tiers. You can choose how you would like to pay, yearly or monthly. And if you want your organization to pay for this, just let us know, and we will, we will even, if you bring more people, we can make like a special discounts, okay? All right, so that's about our community. That's a little bit about our community and how we work. Now, for the second part of this session, what I'm gonna ask you is that we both, probably there are 3 of us, or there are like 3 of us, we can try to do something, we can try to replicate one exercise from either level 1 or level 2. We can do even several, right? I am here until 1, so the more we can do, the better. But before that, are there any questions about how we work? All right. What would you like to do? Let's put it this way. What are you more interested in? And then I'm gonna give you a sneak peek. Would you like to start, Alessia, and your colleague? I can't remember the name. What would you like to start with?
Well, I wouldn't know. Katerina, do you have any suggestion?
To be honest, no.
Maybe
with copy or
yeah, maybe with
Yes.
LinkedIn, so
LinkedIn.
copies and
Mhm.
stuff like that.
Perfect. Let's start with that. This is a really fun exercise that I always do. And by the way, we are recording, so I'm gonna click on a lot of places. So don't worry, because I will save everything and send it and share it with you. The LinkedIn one, again, this is an output for level 1, okay? And it's really fun. It's a really fun exercise. When we talk about agents, all right, I'm gonna do just a little bit of theory, just a little bit. When we talk about agents, we are, and we will explain this, what AI actually means, how we can and how we can, it's a very broad field, and sometimes we don't realize how big it is. But we'll talk about, AI as something that we want these systems to do that humans do. And one of the things that they do is they learn in the way that we learn, and they've been learning for decades now. What has changed is that now these tools are deep learning, which means they are learning, and they have structures to learn that are similar to how our brain works. Some people would argue against that, but the idea is that now they are able to make lots of different connections thanks to computing power, thanks to better algorithms, and thanks of the data that is available. And then in deep learning, that's where generative AI is. Generative AI is a deep learning AI that creates new things based on data on which it has been trained. And of course, they can create images, videos. But with LLMs, they can replicate human language, right? And that's ChatGPT. So they create new human language based on basically everything that humans have ever published, printed, even printed, literary works, and even the recipe from your grandma on Facebook. They take everything in, and then they learn how we communicate, and then they produce new language, right? New language. If each one of us ask ChatGPT to create a draft report on the EU AI Act, we will have each one of us will have a different copy, right? This is not, Google. Like, this is something else. This is the agentic AI comes when you say, okay, well, you can create something new based on training that sort of mimics human, not only language, but also behavior. But now it starts making decisions with autonomy. That's the cool part. Because now these agents, they will do things like this. For example, I will go and I will say, I'm gonna go to my ChatGPT. I am gonna activate my agent, and I'm gonna say, go to my LinkedIn and write to Giovanni Colot from Sen and Senelec and invite him for a coffee. Okay. Now, Giovanni, you will tell us in a second. You'll tell us in a second when you get the message. But now what I have done is I have activated an agent that is going on my browser where I securely, so it's asking, okay, it's gonna try to sign in, right? I remove the cookies, but it will go to my website and I say, okay, you need to log in, right? I understand. So I'm gonna log in, but once I log in, it usually stays like that, right? So I'm gonna sign in with Google again in a secure way, because this is the browser. This is a browser as secure, for example, as let me do something else. As secure as Google, for example. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the browser and simply let me see. But you can see that again, it doesn't, unless I provide the password, it will not know what to do. Give me 1 sec. It's gonna ask me. I'm gonna change this. But if it had let me do it again. If it had the password, it would have found Giovanni, and it would have sent him a message. Because I am very stubborn, what I'm gonna do, whilst I show you a few more things, is I am going to try to log in so that you see, right? But for example, let's say go online and find a romantic restaurant in Brussels for the 14th of February, 2 people near Excels. All right? Okay, let's do this instead. It won't require a password. So what you can see there is an agent that understands my language, that is going to start making decisions, and it's going to generate a new behavior, right? So now it's going to the fork, right? And look, even many organizations, so now it's looking on TripAdvisor because the first website tried to find has assistant to prevent agents from accessing, which is interesting. And now it's looking for all those romantic restaurants in Excels. If I go all the way, I can say, book the restaurant for me, right? It's going, it's browsing. This is an agent. This is an agent. Whatever you can do, which has a clear rules and thought process and criteria, these systems are able to do it. You can see also how the systems are reasoning and they are transparent about it, right? And basically anything you can do on the website, they can do it themselves, okay? This is an agent built for OpenAI. Is a very powerful agent, and even if it is an agent, it's sometimes it will encounter issues. So this is something, agents are something that they are getting better and better by the day. You can create an agent like this. Okay, maybe it's not gonna be so cool because you don't have the budget that OpenAI has to create those agents, but you can create agents that are gonna do certain tasks for you and gonna follow certain processes for you, right? Where do we find those agents? They are everywhere, all right? They are absolutely everywhere. It is every time that you find is an AI tool that asks you to provide specific instructions and a specific knowledge, as in files, you are talking to an agent. For example, on ChatGPT, which I use as an example, but you can use many others, you have small agents already built in this part called projects, right? For example, I created an agent to analyze the Fit for 55 legislation, right? This agent has, they call it projects, but this agent has instructions, all right? And has actually from the training, I think with you guys, no? I know with SEDEC. So I took free information from the website, and then I created an agent to see how this legislation impacted an organization. So you have two things. You have instructions, very simple instructions, and you have knowledge, right? The way that I like to do this, agents in ChatGPT are with something called GPTs. And here in these GPTs, if you click on create, you will find, let's do an agent, for example, for LinkedIn, right? We're gonna say, we are gonna give it a name, LinkedIn AI Assistant, all right? This agent helps me write human and style LinkedIn post, okay? Then you will see that there are certain instructions, and in level 1, we will explain in more detail how to have really good instructions. At the end of the day, good instructions are instructions that a junior colleague can understand, okay? For example, I love to always start with the role, So what's the role? You are a communication professional specialized on writing effectively on LinkedIn, right? For example. And then what you are going to create this agent is going to help you. You say step one, you are always going to ask the user for a first draft of a LinkedIn post. Step two, once you have the first draft, you will check that how that draft aligns with our content style guide, and then I will introduce you to files, all right? And step three, we say, finally, provide a ready to publish, ready to post copy, which is aligned with the content style guide. Simple, okay? This is a very simple agent, 3 steps, role 3 steps. In the workshop, we will actually go deeper, and I'm gonna help you also create different roles within this agent, okay? Then we have the files. And this is really, like, together with the instructions, this is what makes these agents incredibly useful, because when you ask a simple chat about a LinkedIn post, it doesn't know anything about you. In this knowledge, in these files, you can actually tell this agent everything they need about you. And this is what we will do, right? How do we tell this agent about our organization? Well, this exercise relies on my proposal is to rely on the analytics from your website. You go to your website and then you say, give me everything, export everything in the last 360 days, right? As a file, all right? You have it here. And then, of course, you get something which I recommend that you all do often, which is you actually look at not these metrics. These metrics, I'm not going to use them. But you can see here in this file, LinkedIn gives you every single post, the copy, and then it gives you how many impressions, how many clicks, right? All of them. What if we ask AI to tell us what's common about the best performing post, because I want more of that, right? So let's do it. Let's take this huge database, which you have. Let's save it as a CSV, I recommend. And then let's build this knowledge, right? Let's build this knowledge. Okay, we open a new chat. And what we are going to do is we're going to upload all your posts. I'm going to say, you are a specialist in data analysis from social media. I am attaching my LinkedIn post and their performance. Tell me what's common amongst the top 25% best performer post. Sometimes you have a post that is very viral, but it doesn't really represent what you post every day, right? So 25% best performer, I wanna do more like that. And then you have AI. Again, we will see this in level 1. You have AI. AI is the best data analyst that you can have. is the best one. And a database like the one that we have done is something that these systems can do effortlessly, right? All right, there you go. So this is what's common in the best performance. They are longer, but not fluffier. Interesting, eh? They ask questions, real ones. High performer asks roughly twice as many questions as lower performers. No rhetorical garnish, but invitations. Top posts use significantly more line breaks. Visually, they look lighter. But okay, and I say, okay, turn this into a style guide for LinkedIn, right? There you go. You have just created a massive knowledge that is unique to your organization. You should spend a little bit more time on it, okay? A little bit more time, right? Like making sure that actually, but look at this. This is so like I intend to do this. I wanna sound like a person. I want to sound like it's a conversation. So it's really telling me things that I always strive for, you know. But okay, let's say that you are happy. And of course, in the workshop, we will also look at, for example, you can ask, you can say, I really like how fertilizers in Europe communicate. So do an analysis of their comms on LinkedIn and their website and all the social media and tell me how they do it. Right? So again, what you have here is the ability to research people that you want to be close to, like, oh, I love whatever organization, right? And then it will go research that organization and it will say, okay, if you want to sound like them, this is what you need to do, okay? But let's say that we are happy with this style guide. Again, let's spend more than a couple of minutes. And in the level 1, we will spend more time. And now I'm going to say, you are going to remember, check a first draft. So you are not going to write a LinkedIn post. This is banned for in my workshop. You are the human, you write something. The AI helps you stay consistent, but you are the one who write a post, not the AI, never AI. Okay, let's test it. Let's say it's great to be with such an inspiring group of people. Ready, let's say put some levy to scale up, unlock benefits. What else is it? Unlock benefits and take organizations to the next level. Okay. Hashtag we are together. Something like this. Okay. So what it's going to do is reviewing first step done, right? Now it's gonna tell me how it aligns to the style guide. It says how these drafts align. So it leads with a message, not a moment. Okay, whatever. Step 3, it gives me something better. There is something powerful about being in a room with people who are genuinely ready for what's next. Tell me that this is something AI could have written. No. This is something I would have written. Tell me when was the last time that an AI told you to start something saying, there is something powerful about being in a room with people. Never. Usually it tells you everything else but this, okay? Of course, you need to work on this, right? You make, make it more reflective, And then you engage with the agent, right? But your agent will always have something unique about you, right? And this is the power of agents. Will you spend the same time writing the LinkedIn post? Yes, it's the same. I don't think you're going to save time, but your posts are going to be more aligned. You're going to have better quality. Okay. In the level 2, imagine that you don't even have to do this. Imagine that the agents, you provide a first draft and automatically goes on LinkedIn, right? And in between, there is like a whole process of robots talking to each other. This is an example of what we do. And we will create more agents like that. And agents that are way more sophisticated than this one, okay? Giovanni, your turn. What would you like to do?
No, this was really interesting. This is, for example, something what I meant by saying that I was interested in discovering something new of what I had already done. I think actually it would be interesting to see. I know that we don't have much time, maybe, but an example of those more complex agents that you were mentioning. So some examples of these robots talking to robots, like to have a glimpse a bit on workshop 2.
Perfect. In workshop 1, we will do this, right? We will still do this. You have in the email that I send, you have everything step by step, okay? But I'm gonna show you a complex one, okay? Yeah, exactly. So here, you will see that this agent is a multi-persona agent, right? Which means they're gonna have this structure. So you are telling them they're gonna be like different things, right? So first, you are going to request context, right? So always before answering any question about the EU AI Act, give me enough information. In step 2, you are going to be a bold, creative policy strategist, right? So it's someone who is unconventional, high impact in strategy, right? And then the output of this person is going to be reviewed by a legal risk reviewer to make sure that the first guy doesn't go too creative, okay? And then I get a final recommendation. So how this would work in practice is like this. You're gonna see. I'm gonna go to this agent, and I'm gonna say, do I need to comply with EU AI Act if I am doing HR, if I am building, if I have a startup on HR advising on candidates' CVs and proposing suitable ones for the job, for example. So now what this is going to do is going to review the EU AI Act in full, right? And it's going to do the first step. It's going to ask me for qualifying questions, right? So I would say, for example, I would say, I want to get that is not permitted. So I say automatically screen, no human involved, targeting employers. I am based in France, and I use all the tools listed. Okay, so I'm giving information. The agent, before answering me, ask me for information, right? And then what it's doing here is, first, you have the creative policy strategist, right? Who is trying to make it work, okay? It worries me that is the highest regulatory sensitive zone for the EU AI Act, that is trying to helping me make it work. And then, of course, comes the conservative lawyer, right? who is gonna say no fucking way? And then finally, I get a recommendation, right? Which tells me that is high risk, what I should do to stay compliant, etc. It gives me articles to read, etc. So final recommendation, here you go. Yes, you must comply with the UAI Act. You should immediately remove fully autonomous screening, introduce meaningful human oversight, blah, 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 blah. So with a few instructions, again, I am not a lawyer. I am not, I created very basic steps and personas. And now I uploaded all sort of files. I uploaded the UAI Act. I uploaded policy briefings from different partners like Digital Europe, And so probably this agent here knows more than the best lawyer in Brussels about the UAI Act. And I simply uploaded information and provided instructions. This is what we are actually gonna create, okay? In the level 1, your agent will look like this, okay? Sorry, it took a little bit longer to find. Any questions? Would you like to see something else in the last few minutes? No? Don't you want to see how you can put the commission president to dance? This is one of the tools that we will explore in level 2, though. It's a very, very easy to use, very cheap tool to use, and gives you access to absolutely everything. So you're not paying for one model, you're paying for access to any models. And for example, it's one thing that we use this for is we use the Kling motion control models, which are really cool. Where basically what you do is you simply upload a video that you want to replicate, and then you upload a character that you want to replace or that you want to do what's happening in the video. And very simply, you just click on a few buttons. You say, okay, I want to use this model, I want this quality, and I want that the background of the video is the background on the image. So in this case, the Commissioner Dombrovski with the EU flag, or I want the background with the video, but with the face of the commissioner. And you just click generate, and you get things.
This is my impression of a French person who doesn't know. Alors là, aucune idée. Franchement, là, je sais pas. J'en sais rien du tout. Je sais pas. Je sais pas. This is my impression of a French person.
And you can do, so I put von der Leyen to eat hot dogs.
Hey, yo, I'm about to.
Okay. There is like I put Meloni also
It's really.
to do stuff. It was really, this is my brother-in-law, by the way. And then another thing that is really cool that we do with video, because the key to video, and you will see this in level 2, the key to creating good videos is having good images, right? Another really cool thing that we did was this. It was this video with the women leading European institutions now and in the past. And really, it's really easy to do. What you need to do basically is you need to get the first image, right? And the last one, right? So you upload the first image, and then you upload the last image, and you simply ask this AI that the first person in the first image should naturally walk and speak to the second on the right one, right? That's what you say. And then after a lot of trying, because this is one thing that you will see, video is still, I mean, it's amazing, but it's still it's still in development. But then you can create this type of things, right? You can create Wonder Legend. Yeah, something's going on with the hair over there. I don't know if you noticed. That's why you need to create a lot. You need to create lots of images and videos, and but then what you would do is, once you are done with this one, right? They shake hands. Then you create a video that starts where this video ended, right? And goes to the next one. And then the next video will start with the president of the ECB, with the Lagarde, ends with Wonder Legend, and that's how you animate a video. And it's all AI generated. There is already a lot of trying. Like here, you can see that I try to turn this image to color. I think this is the one that I really liked, because it gradually turn this black and white into color, and it did that beautifully. And I think that was like a very beautiful thing that we did. So you can still do a lot of things with AI that doesn't have to be like fake. Like it doesn't have to be trying like doing your typical AI video that everyone knows is fake. You can really do nice transitions. I don't know what's going on here. And you can create, content, always disclosing that is AI generated, but you can create really, really powerful content, right? Really, all these videos here, this is an AI generated video. This one. What do you think of this tone? Look at this. Look at the cinematic effects, right? Only with this prompt that you see here, you are able to generate this, right? You are simply saying cinematic high action footage of an American football game, blah, blah. And then you get not only the video, but you get the sound in just a few seconds. Like maybe this took a minute. So we are gonna show you how to prompt, how to get to, if you want, create videos for your content. You can do it. If you are in a process that you say, hey, I think I have the go-ahead from my boss to create AI videos, you can definitely do it. And we will cover that in level 2 and level 3. All right. All right. So I think the time is up. Those are the dates again. Feel free to write to me if you want to participate in one of them. Remember, you can join one of them. I recommend that you join the level 1 as part of the 15-day free trial. If you like it, then just stay for the level 2, and then for the rest of the year, you will have access to everything. You will have access to level 3, networking, all sorts of things. So it's all included with one membership fee. You will not be asked to pay more during that year. Okay. All right. So that would be it. Any last questions?